Hello, my name is Abigail Smelt. Today I'll be talking to you about Islam, Kenya, the high school that VNIM came in and built for them and with them to allow a safe place for people to continue education past primary. Here's our little agenda. We'll talk about planning, how did they gather the supplies, ordered the supplies, maybe not so much ordered the supplies, but we'll talk about the supplies. How that they built it and how that they used the labor that the people in the community were able to offer, and then how the NIM was able to come in and teach them different ways to build things. There's a few facts about the site that I'd like to talk about a little bit, and the end result of the new high school. So how it improved the community and inspired the community to do better and create better buildings. So you may be wondering, Abigail, where is Islam, Kenya? Well, if you look at the map of Africa, go to Kenya and put your finger in the center, go left a little bit, and centered with that curve there, you'll find Islam, Kenya. So there's a few places of interest on the site. If you look to the bottom and to the right a little bit in the 11 section, that is the teacher housing. It also has a few plots of land that kind of grayed out in a weird little olivey green color. Those are all livestock and vegetables. They have lamb and cow, and I believe they have sheep there too. They definitely have pigs and chickens. They also have in their gardens like vegetables and fruits, a few other things that are easy to maintain in this climate. So, out of necessity, you have to use what is around you. And for them, that was using the mud and various methods around. So for the bricks, it was cheaper for them to use the available resources and then order the tools to build the bricks than it was for them to ship everything overseas. The materials were gathered from the community and also surrounding communities because they all benefit from the high school being built. Like we might use a high school over here in America for various community events, and then also a church, if you will. So it all works out for everybody. The screens, those were also constructed from things around them. Wicker screens they used in place of windows, which allowed for constant airflow to cool the buildings down. And then the ceilings actually in the building, and I'll talk about this in a moment, those are also made out of the thatched wicker screens to allow the heat to escape because heat rises. So the student and the teacher housing are shown here. The floor plans for the teachers, they included kitchenettes, a bathroom, and a place for their bed and possibly a desk, probably a desk. The student housing is similar, pretty close to. There is a kitchen and dining area on the bottom there. The classrooms are up top. They have 2 breezeways. There's 4 classrooms. They've also expanded on this. They are planning on putting additional buildings on the site. They're also planning on building some on the primary school grounds to allow the younger students to have the ability to learn in a not only cooler but better area, because who doesn't want to sit on a dirt floor? Here is the elevation plan looking in. They found in the building that is on the primary school like the primary place where that they the community and the younger kids gather, they found that there was a lot of noise. The hut was extremely hot, and that the airflow in there was absolutely terrible because there was one window and the roof is thatched, so not a lot of airflow goes through it. So it wasn't a great place to chill. Quite literally. So the overhang gives you shade from the sun, but also allows the light to come in through the thatched ceiling there. The ceiling is made out of the wicker that they use for the screens. The ventilation in there, I'm sure, feels really good on a breezy day because of the opening in the screens and the fact that the air, if it is not moving, has a place to go up through the wicker wicker ceiling, and it's just a great place. The rainwater will come off on some of the buildings and collect in a basin that is, I believe, solar powered as well. Another great thing about the roof is it's angled just right so that most of the year you have the opportunity to get the midday sun to generate into power solar panels. And the acoustics in there are noticeably different from the primary school building. So the three common materials in this area are wood, mud, and thatch. By the BNIM coming in and helping them with the materials that they have, they were able to enhance the material quality, which thereby gives it more durability, longevity, and it allows it to be safer over time. Here we just see them constructing all of the bricks, the forms that they were using, and the materials that they were using. Here we can see the site plan and how they had used the materials here. Here's where I got ahead of myself. The wicker was harvested locally. The little side of the building that you see there is a granary. That was the inspiration for the privacy windows for teacher housing, and also just the general idea for the windows on the buildings. So something really interesting, and I thought this was really cool, was all of the buildings collect the rainwater, as I mentioned previously. The pump that is used is solar powered, and it's not pictured here, but there is a septic tank that also receives water from it. And the water tanks that you see on here are used by not only the campus of the high school, but also all of the communities surrounding. So as you can see, the campus covers a lot of square footage, and the building was actually fairly cheap. That is a very nice house here in Knoxville, Tennessee. So, bettering the community, since the high school has been completed, they have been constructing more dorms. They've also, as I mentioned, have been working on a primary school. I believe it's actually been completed since I've read the article. And the design team has been working with the community over Skype by getting additional feedback, and it allows for improved design going back to the community to build additional buildings around the community to improve the area. So I'm going to very quickly go over the next few slides. I just wanted to say thank you so much for sitting here and watching this. I'm not a public speaker whatsoever, so even just the thought of doing it freaks me out. Um, Here are my sources, and there are the credits. If you need any really cool slides, go to SlidesGo. It's amazing. It's a wonderful place.